and welcome to Adding and Subtraction with Maths by James. I do grab a pen and paper or an electronic device where you can take notes of the session. Right, so we're going to split the video into 4 elements. This is going to be column addition, decimal addition, column subtraction, and decimal subtraction. So we're going to split this into 4 different parts. So first part we're going to look at is column addition. So column addition, the steps are, we rewrite the question in columns, one number on top of the other. We need to line this up with the ones with the ones, the tens with the tens, the hundreds with the hundreds, and the thousands with the thousands. Starting with the smallest column, we add down the columns. As we work from right to left, the column is the tens, and the next 100, and so on. So it'll probably be a lot easier to see this. And if you don't understand what I mean by tens, hundreds, ones, please do look at the place value video before you proceed further with this. So, what we look at here is column addition, finding the sum of 17 and 14. So find the sum of is the same as 17 add 14. So we can also use the sum. The sum is the addition of these numbers. So what we do is we rewrite our questions in columns, one number on top of the other. We line the ones with the ones, and then we line the tens with the tens. And this is really important as we go through the process. So, on this one, what we need to do is this line shouldn't be here, but this is a 7 and a 1. So what we first of all we need to do is we need to look at the column on the right, the ones. So this is our ones column. And what we need to do here is add how many ones we've got. So we know 7 add 4 is equal to 11. So we have 1 in the ones. But because we can only fit 9 ones into the ones, and then we go into the tens, we then need to carry a number over. So we've got 10. So that just means we've got another 10 in the tens now. So what we need to do is we've got 1 here, and then on the next part we need to, and on this one then we add up the 1, the 1, and the 1, and we get 31 all together. If you need more help on that, do reach out in our community. We're here to support you and give you the best, try and give you the best advice possible for you. So find the sum of 23 and 64 using column addition method. So again, we know that sum means add, and we use column addition here. So it's really important how we set this out. Really important. So we need to get the ones in the ones column and the tens in the tens column. So here we have 3 add 4, which is 7, so we have 7 ones. 2 add 6 is 8, so we have 8 tens, and 7 ones gives us 87. if you don't understand what I mean by ones, by tens, please do look at the place value video in more detail after this. Have a look at that video because it will help you with that. So here's this next one. Find the sum of 4,819 and 302 using column addition. So again, we line them up in place value order. We've got ones. Here we've got our ones. Here we've got our tens. Here we've got our hundreds. And here we've got our thousands. And it's really important that we line these up, especially because when we need to carry over, when our ones overflows and we need to start putting them into the tens column. So here we have 9 and 2 in the ones. 9 and 2 in the ones gives us 11. So we put 1 in the ones and then 1 in the tens to make 11. So now we count the tens, so we have 2 tens, and then we count the hundreds. So the hundreds, we've got 8 plus 3, which is 11. So what we do here is we count one of the ones in the hundreds and the other one into the thousands, because our hundreds have overflowed by 1. So this means we have 1 1,000 plus a 4,000. This then gives us 5,000. So our final answer is 5,121. So if you are having any trouble with these or following what we're doing here, please do reach out to our community where we can support you on this. So finding the sum of 3,624 and 2,186. So what we do here, again, really the most important step is the way we line up figures. We've got to make sure we line up our figures, which is another way of saying numbers. We've got to make sure we line them ones in the ones, tens in the tens, hundreds in the hundreds, thousands in the thousands. And I will keep saying that. I'll keep on saying that because it's so important to this exercise and your understanding of numbers as well. So what we do here is 4 add 6 is 10, which means we've got 0 ones and we've got 1 in the tens. So this means now we do 1 add 2, which is 3, add 8, which is 11. So we've got 1 in the ones and then 1 in the hundreds as well. So we keep going up, and then we've got 1 plus 6, which is 7, plus 8, which is 8 hundreds, and then we've got 3 thousandths plus 2 thousandths, which is 5 thousandths. So our number is made up is 5,810. So welcome to the decimal addition part of the video. So if you do have any questions, do reach out to us. We are here to support you and your learning. So decimal addition, it doesn't matter. We still follow the same steps, and this is why place value is really important to learn, because we need to line our decimals up correctly. So you notice here we've got our decimals lined up and we need to then also line our tenths up. So we have 1/10. We have, so these, it's like 1/10, which is 10th, same as 1 out of 10, or the 0.1s in a sense. We have our 1s here, and we also have our tenths here. So what we do here is we take the 5 add 6. So this is 0.1s, so 11 0.1s is 1.1, which means we have 1/10 and we have 1/1. So what we do here is we add all of these together. So we have 1, add 4, add 7, and this gives us a 7 here. So we have 7 1s, and then we have 1 more tenth to add on, and this gives us 17.1 in total. If you don't quite understand that, do please reach out. Do have a look back at the other video and the place value video if you don't quite understand that, and do reach out to us as well. We are here to help. So right, we'll look at the next video now. Right, so we've got add 18.6 and 13.5 using the decimal addition. So what we do here is we write it out. Most important, we must rewrite this in the correct columns. And what we do is we make sure we line our decimal points up, because the decimal point is our position where we split the 1s and the tenths. So we must line our decimal point up correctly. So we have 6 plus 5, which is 1.1, because this is 0.1s. So this means we have 1 plus 8, which is 9, plus 3, which is 12. So then we have 1 over the tens, because we have 1 remaining there. So this means we have 3 1s in the tens, which is 30. So our answer gives us 32.1 here. Welcome to the subtraction part of the video. So, exactly the same process as the addition. So it's really important we practice these and do have a look at the quizzes as well that we've provided for you in the description below. We also post these in community also. Do try those, because it's really important to practice these as well. So we rewrite the questions in columns and one number on top of the other. We need to line up the 1s with the 1s, the 10s with the 10s, and the 100s with the 100s. So exactly the same. Exactly the same. So if we have 88 minus 33, this means what we need to do is the first number has to be on top and the number we are taking away has to be on the bottom. So starting with the smallest digits, the column on the right, we subtract both the numbers from the top. So the bottom on the top. So what we do is we subtract 3 from 8. And what does that give us? We take 3 out of 8, which gives us, so we can even count back as well. So if we count back 3 from 8, we know that we've got 7, 6, 5. So we can put 5 here, and we know we've got exactly the same for this one here also. So we've got 5s, so it's 55. However, we do have a case where we have, for example, where we have this, where when we take it away, so we always start with our smallest number when we take away. And the reason is because we need to carry. So if we have here, we have our ones, and we take them away, we have to borrow from the tens. So because this would be like -4, so we need to borrow from the tens. So in order to do that, we make this a 6, and we give a 1 here. So that means we've got 11. So 11 take away 5 equals 6. And then we have 6 take away 1, which then gives us 5. So our answer being 56. If you do need help with that, please do not hesitate to reach out, and do please keep on watching the video as well. Look back at steps, make sure you fully understand that. So here we've got an example. So we've got subtract 61 from 82 using column subtraction. So that's exactly the same as writing 82 minus 61 equals. You might have a question like that. So what we need to do here is first thing we need to do is line these up. We line these up correctly. Once we've done that, we need to take away the ones from the ones. So we've got 2 ones, take away 1 1, which is 1. And then we've got 8 tens, take away 6 tens, and that's 2. And this gives us 21 in total. Any questions with that, do reach out to our community. In this example here, we subtract 19 from 52. So we need to write it out as 52 and 19 in the place value order. So we're rewriting the columns, one number on top of the other. We need to line up the ones with the ones and the tens with the tens. The first number has to be on top, and the number we are taking away must be on the bottom. So here we've got 5, 2, 1, 9, which is 52, take away 19. So now we look at step 2. If you were confused with step 1, do reach out to our community. Do have a look over the video again there. If you understood that, let's have a look at step 2. So starting with the smallest digits, the column on the right, we subtract the bottom number from the top number. The smallest column is the ones. We have 2 minus 9. 2 minus 9 would give us a negative number. To avoid that, we can take 1 off the tens. So, for example, we make the 52. We cancel the 5 out and we make it 4 because we've made 12 here. So, instead we have 40 plus 12. Any questions on that? Do reach out to us. We are here for your support. So 12 minus 9, that gives us 3. If you are struggling to get these quickly as well, these negatives, do practice your mental arithmetic. We've got support for that as well. and we can help you with that too. So, and then we do 4 because it's 4 minus 1, which is then 3 here. So if we have a look at the next step, that explains this also. So now we have 12 minus 9, which is 3. And then we have 4 minus 1, because of course that 5 became a 4, because this is like 40, this is 12. So we have 33 as our final answer. If you do need help with that, please do not hesitate to reach out. So, subtract 207 from 521 using column subtraction. So here we've got 521 on top, 207 on the bottom. So what we need to do here is, I'll write it here as well, just so we can see the live example of it being done. So what we do is we first of all make sure we line everything up. It's really important because we've got ones, tens and hundreds. So what we have to do here is we have to borrow 1 from the tens, because we get a negative here. If you don't understand that, please do look back at the video where we explain this, and do reach out to the community on that. So now we have 11 take away 7, and that gives us 4. Then we go do our tens column. So in our tens, 1 take away 0 is 1, and 5 take away 2 is 3. So this is 314. Do reach out if you need any help and support. Now we're going to look at subtracting 5,997 from 8,000. So this could also be written like this. Usually is written like this. So what we need to do now is we need to first of all line everything, all the numbers up. So write 8,000 out on the top. We subtract from here. So what we do is we take this away. So here's the thing. We notice we don't have any tens here, so we don't have any hundreds. So we have to borrow from the thousands. So we make this 7, then we become 10. But here's the thing. We need to make this 9 because we need to put that in the tens. We need to borrow into the tens, and again we need to borrow to make this 9, and then we make this a 1 here. So here now we can solve the problem. So here we've got 10 take away 7, which is 3, 9 take away 9, which is 0, 9 take away 9, which is 0, 7 take away 5, which is 2. And we have 2003. Do you need any help with that? Please do have a look. Do continue to do our quizzes. Make sure you can solve them. If you can't, do reach out to our community. We're here to help and support you along this journey. So here we're subtracting 1.6 from 2.7 using the column subtraction. So welcome to the decimal subtraction part of the video. So here it's really important to understand place value. Again, do make sure you look at the quizzes, make sure you understand this fully. So what we do here is we line up our numbers. So we've lined up our tenths and our ones, and we've got our decimal points here, all stacked. 7 minus 6 is 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So that gives us 1.1. If you do struggle with that, do need a bit of help and support, we're here to help you. Do reach out to us. So here we've got a decimal subtraction of 12.3 to subtract 12.3 from 18.6 using the column subtraction method. So what we do here is we do 18, we line it up 18.6 and 12.3, and we take those away from each other. So we do 6 take away 3, which is 3, 8 take away 2, which is 6, 1 take away 1, which is 0, and this then gives us 6.3. If you do need help with that, do reach out to us. We have got a community to support you. Do have a try at the quiz. What we do is pause the video and have a go at the net. Do pause the video next, have a go at the quiz. So what we want you to do here is have a go at the quiz and have a go at these practice questions and see how you do with those. If you do need help and support with these, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Thank you for watching and have a great day.